Let's go. Finally back. We were grinding out podcasts for my podcast class, and then we went and visited my grandma for spring break.
Yeah.
So it feels like we haven't done it forever, and I was just about to say, oh my God, it feels so much fun to get back. And Bianca's like I feel like we've been saying that a lot. And
every single time.
We definitely have. But not going to lie, stinging me inside because these past two fight cards, the UFC London card was bananas, and then obviously this Blades Dacus card, I was like, dude,
because we haven't talked about
it. The fights on it is just like, bro, we got Manon Fiorot, we got Ilia Taporia on these cards, yeah. Alexa Grasso, some of my favorite fighters, David Dvorak, who I haven't seen fight in forever, so many good guys, but it's okay. And then we don't even have anything to talk about this weekend. So Kellan here assembled a pretty decent show. So I'm not gonna
wait. Show them your new gadget.
So I don't have a camera, so I use my iPad now that I got to write down notes, so I can.
You don't have a camera. What is that?
I don't have like a legit camera, so I can't use my phone for the notes and stuff. That's what I'm saying, because we record on my phone.
Yeah.
And gonna have to start making some serious life decisions because there's only so much storage. Because the iOS updates dismantle your gigabytes.
Oh.
So I'm gonna have to make there's gonna be
sacrifices.
Some NFL cuts going here for like pictures, videos, and
don't
applications.
Photos.
Might have to
actually,
go
you probably could delete a lot of photos.
Oh wait. Okay, wait. We had the Dacus blades. I was about to come up with something super duper, like, clever, but I guess the real fights. You want to talk about the fights that happened? The fight?
Will Smith?
Just one punch knockout. One slap knockout power. Okay. Even though
obviously
the
not.
internet is obviously, I guess we'll add another Will Smith, like Chris Rock video, but I mean, like, the internet's saturated with that stuff. But yeah, I'm just happy to see all of the comedians taking my stance. It's mind-boggling to think that there's people that are actually defending Will Smith, and it's so funny. Pat McAfee had Tom Segura on his show the other day.
Oh yeah,
or I think yesterday, and he was just completely bad-mouthing Will Smith. I'm like, go you, son.
Well, I watched. So Ellen had Wanda
Sykes.
Wanda, is that her name? Wanda Sykes, the girl who hosted the Oscars.
Mm-hmm. I think so. Yeah,
that's her. I don't know if that's her last name, but she's like a comedian. She's really funny, and she's in funny movies. Well, she went on Ellen and she talked about it, and she was just saying how she felt so like sick to her stomach from it. Like she didn't see it actually happen in real time. Yeah.
How dare you?
And she.
I know Wanda Sykes' name.
Okay. And then
Jesus.
Let me talk. And so she was saying how she was like so sick to her stomach. Are you listening? Or are you just gonna? Okay, I'll just not talk about it. You can look up the video though. It's on YouTube.
I was unlocking my iPad.
Oh, okay.
There's a cool invention called a left ear. It processes information and takes it in just as good as my right ear.
The thing is I know you more than you know yourself, and you don't take in information when you're not doing an interview
here. I'm not trying to think of the next thing I'm going to say.
You are. So what did I say?
Should we talk about Will Smith and Chris Rock?
Can you?
What were we saying about Wanda Sykes? Were you talking about Wanda Sykes?
Hey, I'm not talking anymore. This is why I'm not talking. I don't talk on the pods. If you guys ever wonder, it's because he doesn't let me.
What are you talking about?
Just kidding. It's because you don't listen to what I have to say.
All right. Are you gonna?
No, it doesn't even matter.
Stop acting like a child, or?
No. Well, yeah.
What about Wanda Sykes, dude? It's killing me now. She just was
saying that. She just was saying that she was so sick to her stomach about it because.
Is this it? This is really the story I was.
She just said that she was a host and no one even apologized to her. She was a host, one of the three hosts. Kellan, one of the three hosts, and not one person apologized to her because they put so much time into it, and it's like it takes away from them. But she said, who did apologize was at the after party. Chris Rock went up to her and said, "I'm so sorry that night was taken from you because of what happened."
I saw that. He apologized to her. Yeah.
Yeah, like how cool. And she was like, "He's such a nice guy."
I agree.
Yeah.
He's a goat. He's the OG. He's one of the OGs, dude.
And his ticket prices, because he's on tour right now. I saw his ticket prices. They're literally at like $800. They're like $6,000 to $1,000 now. Like he's literally, if anything, you should thank Will Smith because he.
No thanks.
No, I'm joking, but like his ticket sales went up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that better be in one. At least maybe like a small joke about it in his set.
Yeah, he'll all of them will have at least one bit on that whole situation.
Yeah. That will forever be like a joke.
It's just mind-boggling that even happened. And it just kind of, I mean, as much attention as it got, I feel like people still don't understand just the weight of that.
Yeah,
just
like how crazy that was.
Someone, it's so weird that we live in a place where that can just blow over your head and just be.
Well, that's what Wanda was saying. She was like, if you really think about it,
it's not that big. Everything else just seems like.
I know, that's true. But wild. He's not a president anymore, thank God. But Wanda was saying how she was like, it's honestly so gross that the Academy literally rewarded him by giving him an Oscar rather than kicking him out and everything. And she was like, it's embarrassing to be a part of that. She's like, the Hollywood life, that's just not it. I was like, yeah. And Jim Carrey talked about it and he was like, wow, that's just what a cool club. No one wants to be a part of that. That's so embarrassing that he gets a standing ovation.
Yeah, it's just everybody's so scared to taint their image that they just go along with whatever happens.
Exactly.
But yeah, we got a good MMA show for you here, guys. Stick around. Okay, what do you want to get into first? You planned it. I put together a show because I really had to just. I wanted to talk about things that are interesting in the moment, but still happened 2 weeks ago. So it's kind of hard, but let's just get into it because.
Show me your background I made.
Huh? Okay. My background? Bianca made me a sick little surfboard background. It says Kellan's Surf
So no one can see that.
I'm kidding. I'm no surfer or anything, but it looks cool. Bianca's palm trees look money.
I know. I wish that we were good at surfing or something.
Yeah, well, we don't really live in a place that...
I know.
I mean, we have good surfing in Oregon.
Oregon, yeah, they do have some good waves.
It's not nice weather.
I know. So it's the worst part. We would just have to be in a wetsuit constantly. Would be so horrible.
I mean, you're still in a wetsuit, but you just keep it on when you go back to the car. You can't unzip it and let your upper half hang out. Like if you were in California,
some places you don't have to have a wetsuit. Haven't you seen the movies where they
in Hawaii,
yeah, and Hawaii where
they still wear wetsuits because it's freezing in the water.
It's not all year round. Okay,
yeah, continue. But it's nice when you get out and it's okay. It is.
I don't even know.
It is what it is. UFC London card, basically a free pay-per-view that we got to all enjoy. And it was fantastic top to bottom. I had to kind of piece together a bit of the fights. I got to watch the main card and stuff. But actually, no, JK, scratch that. I had to piece together last week's card because I wasn't there to watch all of it. But Paul Craig, what a savage. Just so many good fighters. Muhammad Mokaev. So many good guys, but I think the main thing that stands out to me, that I wish I was here to talk about was Ilia Taporia versus Jai Herbert. I wish I could have got to break this fight down because I love Jai Herbert's last fight against Kama Worthy, or the fight before this last one. His boxing looks so clean, so I was thinking, upset alert for Ilia Taporia. And then the whole thing with Ilia Taporia and Patty the Batty, I'm so late. This is like a podcast. This is like what people have already talked about 2 weeks ago, but that whole situation, I don't know if you make that Patty the Batty fight, even though I, honest to God, think Ilia could win. But I just want to say this right now. Literally, after Jai Herbert, I'm pretty sure he 10-9'd Ilia Taporia in that first round after he knocked him down. Ilia did come back and he was throwing bombs. But I told my dad during the break, I was like, Ilia's going to knock him out right here. He's going to throw an overhand right and put him to sleep. What did he do? Like a minute into that, what was it? Yeah, he did it a minute and 7 seconds into round 2. He slept him. His body shot to overhand right is killer. His body shot he did against Damon Jackson. Ilia Taporia throws heat, and he also
seeking missiles.
No, and he just is so well rounded. You go to the ground, he'll scramble back up to his feet, or he can pin you down. He can take you to the ground. No matter where the fight goes, if he gets rattled or stunned, he just has the ability, just like Merab, dude. Just take it where the other fighter doesn't want to be, and it's so impressive. And this is my segment. Well, can Ilia Taporia, because this is when the fight came out, I was wondering, can he be the same fighter at 155? And he has equalizing knockout power in his right hand, in just both hands, honestly. And then he has the ground game to stick with the best of them. So I think that he could go on a run. I don't know who he's going to fight next. There's a ton. I feel like there's a lot of good matches, but I really want to see him go back down and take some time to fight at 145, because he says it takes a ton of time for him to get his body right. So he's going to be fluctuating between 155. So he wants to like stay busy at 155, but then his true weight class is 145. So the UFC, since he's so good, they're allowing him to stay busy and stay active without having to cut a bunch of weight, which is cool but dangerous, because when you're fighting guys a weight class above what you usually are fighting, they're bigger and stronger and faster. And well, they are. Jai Herbert.
I just think of the song "Stronger, Bigger, Faster, Stronger." Not that don't kill me.
You know what I didn't know is you can't. Yeah, I'm not. No, Kellan. No, Kellan. You have a good topic here. You're not ruining it. But I want to see him go back down to 145, and maybe if this time frame allows for it. So what did he? When was this? This was March. Okay, Movsar Evloev fights Dan Ige in June. Depending on how the result of that fight, maybe redo that, and that could give Ilia Taporia what? So it's April, May, June. That's 3 months till the Movsar Ige fight, and then depending on how much damage Movsar and Ige obtain, for either guy. Maybe that's July, August. So maybe we could see Ilia Taporia in September against the winner of freaking Ige versus Movsar. That could be the time frame. Maybe fight a little earlier. I don't know. Maybe a Sadiq Youssef. But yeah, I really want to see that Movsar versus Ilia fight happen. But I was pumped for Makwan Amirkhani. So many good things went down. Paddy Pimblett and Ilia Taporia. That must happen though. Arnold Allen. Jesus Christ, 145 stack, baby. But let's segue into this. So you know how I've been talking about how I'm just, again, having to piece stuff together here. We don't have a card to talk about. Okay. But I always talk about how the UFC lightweight division, how it's kind of jacked up, and I think the rankings are skewed majorly. So you know what I did? I went through it, and I'm going to give you all what I believe the UFC lightweight ranking should be. And I was actually going through the other rankings. They all look pretty freaking right.
Yeah.
I mean, besides bantamweight, where I feel you could interchange a bunch of guys, Adrian Yanez, etc. But we'll have a section about Wordle here, because I've been into that shit.
Etc. Was that one of the words?
No, that's way too long. But that vocab word just made me think of
Wordle?
words, and then
no, I thought the same
gears
thing.
Shifting right into Wordle, and I
like
became
today's
obsessed
word.
with it. Lowly. Have you ever used that in a sentence? Never have I ever used that in a sentence
Lowly.
before.
Like, I don't know how I got it in 4 tries. I guessed.
Silly willies. They try to trick me. I don't even care anymore.
But
If I get
the jokes of the found one.
Huh?
Did you see the TikTok I sent?
Where the guy kept not knowing what it was.
It was like mound, pound, like so many. They go, this has to be it. This has to be it. It's the last one, and it was wrong. And he was like, what? Literally, there were so many words that were
O-U-N-D at the first one.
Try. O-U-N-D. So we had O-U-N-D all the way down. And then there was another one. And it,
that would be...
God, there was another one. I was dying of this TikTok. It was like a really funny like background sound playing over it. And it was like my 13th reason or whatever. And it was like they got it wrong. They got so close.
God damn, bro. I would be so mad. My first 2 today, all grays. Just eight gray boxes. It's just resilience.
Which
at the
is
end of the day.
honestly impressive. Like if you get 2 completely wrong tries and you still get the word right, because then that's almost like 3 guesses.
It's
start from the guess that you got the first. You actually got a yellow.
Comment down below what your go-to word is for the first one.
What's your go-to guessing word?
Yeah. Mine is like leaky.
What the heck?
No, I'm being dead ass.
I use
or
dairy.
Like pound.
Today I used
ground and pound.
Today I used lucky, I think. Or no.
Oh, that's good. One vowel? Nice.
Yeah, I know. Shut up. Wait, no, I didn't use
But
lucky.
then when you get a word that's not a vowel and you do it, you look like a genius. Because you're like, I would have never got a K if I didn't use lucky.
I did diary today.
Oh, that's a good one.
Diary, and then I did slopey.
Slopey.
And then jolly.
And lowly.
And then I got lowly.
That's impressive. You got from old jolly, you got lowly.
Because I knew that that there was a second L and it didn't go there, so it had to go at the front.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what's the only, and I put sounds in all of the, or letters in all of these, and I was like, the only one that could kind of work was W.
Yeah.
So I tried it and I got it.
Yeah. Well, I'm obsessed with it now. Thank you, Grandma. I'm
Yeah.
not going to do the 8-word ones, the quartal and octortal. No, sir. No, thank you. Let's get into the lightweight ranking. So as of right now,
look at this picture of Bing when he laid on me the other morning.
He's so cute.
When I got back home after leaving here.
Oh, he takes up the whole freaking bed, dude.
I was laying straight and he was laying on my belly. Sorry, my dog is like the cutest thing ever.
Okay. So this MMA podcast. Re-rank UFC lightweight division. It is amazing how responsive an Apple Pen is. Just to let you know.
Oh my god!
Ready?
Okay, be on the dad commercial, please. It's crazy
That's
how responsive Apple Pen.
I've said so many things recently
that like sound such dad things to say. Like old dad.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get into this. So as of right now, I think the pound for pound best lightweight. You can give me yours too. Give me your input. Give me your takes. Okay.
Well, I would hope so, Kel. You know, it's a 2-person podcast. Thanks for the permission.
You know, here we go.
Just kidding. Okay.
Here we go. Jumping into it. Charles Oliveira, champion. Obviously, we have to make him number one. If you hold the belt, I believe you're number one.
Yeah.
Except for bantamweight and featherweight, but we'll get into that later.
You're like all the other weight classes I think are good, except the champion.
Okay, but Charles Oliveira, I have him at number one, but technically, since he's champion, everyone else it'll start from like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, we know math. Okay.
No, but you know how like the champion's
the
not necessarily
like
ranked. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Now we got number 2. As of right now, or no. Number 1 according to UFC is Justin Gaethje. I'm taking Justin Gaethje and I'm replacing him with Islam Makhachev.
Okay.
Islam Makhachev, as we know,
he's probably number 3.
No, he's not the number 1 contender in my book.
No, but he's number 3.
He's number 3 right now.
So you're bringing him up to 1.
Bringing him up to number 1. Then I didn't realize how confusing the numbers can be here. So it goes Charles, Islam. Next.
Not confusing. I don't know if you're confusing yourself.
Yeah, I know. This one's going to throw you guys through a loop here. I don't know what the right
ready for it.
verbiage is for that one, but Armon Sarukian. I have him as the second best.
Oh my god, jumping up
from
9
number
spots.
11. I'm putting him as the number 2. I'm replacing him. Dustin Poirier is moving down the ladder where we're replacing him with Armon Sarukian. And then we have Justin Gaethje after Armon. And then I have Dustin Poirier after Gaethje. So our top 5. Number 1, Islam. Number 2, Armon. Number 3, Gaethje. Number 4, Poirier. And then number 5, Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler is still at number 5, yes.
So that's a good spot for him.
Yeah. And then number 6, according to UFC, is Rafael dos Anjos, but I have Beneil Dariush. Number 7 is Tony Ferguson, according to UFC, and I put Rafael Fiziev, okay?
So you're bringing Beneil down.
Beneil was actually at 4, and I have him as my number 6 best one. Mm-hmm. And then I have, like I said, Rafael Fiziev. Then under Fiziev at 7, I have RDA, and RDA was number 6 according to UFC, but I have him at number 8. And then Mateusz Gamrot, I have him at number 9, and he currently is number 12.
So where's Conor?
This is where it gets a little bit sketchy. Okay, I have Gregor Gillespie I'm number 10. So my top 10: Islam, Armon, Gaethje, Poirier, Chandler, Dariush, Fiziev, RDA, Gamrot, Gregor Gillespie. And then outside the top 10 is Brad Riddell. And Brad Riddell, he is, in my opinion, is an absolute freaking stud. So he's number 14 according to UFC, and I have him
up more
at number 11. And then Conor McGregor is my number 12 guy. Conor McGregor, according to UFC, is number 9, and I dropped him all the way down to number 12.
That's crazy, but also I see that makes sense.
Oh my god,
what
what a disrespect, Kellan. Tony Ferguson, I am so sorry, but I dropped you out of the top 15. And you're number 7. I just dropped him out of the top 15 there. It's okay. It's valid. He's lost his last 3 to absolute buzzsaws, but it's just not the same guy. It's not the same guy.
Tony.
It's not the same Tony.
Wait, so then who did you put in the top 15 that wasn't before?
Drew Dober and Bobby Green. So I have Conor at 12, Diego Fajeda at 13, Drew Dober at 14, and Bobby King Green at 15. So Dan Hooker didn't make the cut. Tony Ferguson didn't make the cut.
How does it feel for those two guys though? Like, in like all honesty, how many men would you say are in this weight class?
What I saying making sense?
Yeah,
because it just seemed like a lot of numbers for people to.
No, you listed them off.
Okay, we'll run through it one more time.
Wait. Answer my question.
I'll have it on the screen. I might do it on the screen too.
Yeah, you could do a screenshot of what you've put. But how many guys would you say, like, there's a top 15, but how many guys would you say actually fight in this weight class?
What do you mean?
Like total. Like how many guys would you say?
How many guys fight in this weight class?
Yeah. Like a lot?
Oh, tons, yeah.
Okay.
A lot.
Okay.
I don't know. There's like a 700-ish guys on the roster. I don't know how many in each division, but this is the current. I have a list of current best lightweights 155ers, and the list goes. There's like, well, this is technically Tapology, so it's counting guys from Bellator and stuff too, and other promotions. But it goes on for a while, and this is like the top 50. So there's like a lot of guys. So making the top 15 is a big deal.
Pretty
but
good,
if you're like in the top 20, top 30, you're world
still
class.
Good,
obviously. Yeah. And Tony Ferguson, I mean, if he pulls out an upset over Michael Chandler, I'll put you at number
fighting?
1. Yeah.
When?
Huh? Soon, I believe. They're
Tony Ferguson, and isn't he old?
It's a terrible matchup.
That's horrible.
It's basically still giving respect to Tony while wanting to keep Michael Chandler they want to get him a dub.
Yeah.
Exactly. And keep him relevant still.
And since technically Tony's ranked 7, like that's not far from Michael.
It looks good, but really in all reality, I don't know if Tony is a top 10 guy right now.
No. But like, it could be like, it could go like completely away from what we think.
Isn't it crazy if we really think about it? I don't know if Bianca remembers this, but Tony cracked Gaethje with an uppercut at the end of the round for the interim title. Imagine how different all this is if there was more time in that round and Tony ended up finishing him or something.
Then people would give him more credit.
Imagine how different everything would be. It'd be crazy.
Well, that's how fights work. It's like a 50-50 chance, and sometimes like it's crazy if it would go a different way.
Jorge Masvidal.
Yeah.
Touches Colby. And maybe if it's 1 centimeter up, 1 centimeter down more, Colby's lights could have got shut out. Oh, you never know. It's crazy.
He got wobbled.
He dropped 2 in there for a second.
How old is Tony?
Our man's is pushing 40. He's 38. Yeah.
Okay.
His prime's long behind him, but he was one of those guys.
I would say long. Like
actually, that's actually facts. He was kind of a late bloomer there, because he was like in his 30 when guys probably. They're usually
like 34, 36.
Yeah. I feel like that's honestly the prime for some guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
even
that's
though
why
it seems older, but that's when you're like 35, 36, that's when your skills and your experience come together and make like a perfect blend. But then like 2 years after that, or a year removed from that, you can just go, the decline is rapid,
Yeah.
But, oh, really?
I look at you in the eyes and agree.
Actually, you didn't look me in the eyes.
I looked at you.
Yeah, but that's mine. I don't know if it's disrespectful or not to not have Tony Ferguson in there, but yeah, that's just my opinion, dude. Islam, Armon, Gaethje, Poirier, Chandler, Dariush, Fiziev, RDA, Gamrot, Gillespie, Riddell, Connor, Fajeda, Dober, Bobby. And let's be real. The reason why I'm putting Armon, I know he's lost to Islam, but Armon Sarukian is the only guy equipped to beat Islam. And that's a fact. He has the striking to knock him out, and he has the grappling ability to get back to his feet. And I don't know if I can say that anybody else in the division besides Charles Oliveira has the ability to get back up to their feet. I know that Michael Chandler can, potentially, but is he going to be able to sustain that through 5 rounds? I don't know. He might be able to get up in the first round, in the second round. But as that thing progresses into the later rounds, he's such an explosive athlete. I don't know if he's going to be able to, but I can almost assure you 99% of the time, Armon Sarukian is going to give Islam Makhachev the biggest battle. I don't know if anybody else. I love Mateusz Gamrot's wrestling and stuff. I don't know if he has the gas tank to hang with him because he was fading. It looked like a little bit in his Fajeda fight. I love him so much. Fiziev, fantastic, but Armon Sarukian, man, is a superhero. Yeah, I want him to wear a cape out into an octagon.
Oh my god,
he's a freaking legend, man.
I do actually really like him. He seems just really nice.
Yeah, and who else seems Hamzat Chimaev. Hamzat's fighting.
Maybe that's who
you thinking of Hamzat.
The one that like won't fight Darren.
Dude, Hamzat's fighting next weekend.
I like him.
And it's crazy.
His beard is my favorite.
I want to know what you guys thought about my rankings. Okay. Interesting stuff. Okay. This is perfect segue. Thank you, Bianca.
You're welcome.
All right.
What am I here
so
for?
UFC 273, we're not going to go into the card, but the top 3 fights on UFC 273 obviously have massive favorites and massive underdogs. Okay. And I think what was it? I can go on. It did. Gilbert Burns swell to like a plus 600 underdog or something wild. Oh no, yeah, Gilbert Burns is a plus 400. Hamzat Chimaev is a minus 600 as of what is today, March 30th.
Wait, so that means he's the favorite.
And Gilbert Burns, what is he, number 2 ranked welterweight in the entire world? Okay, and Hamzat's number 11, but Hamzat's yeah. So this is my question that I pose to you. What UFC upset is most likely at UFC 273? We've got Volkanovski versus Chan Sung Jung coming in for Max Holloway. I really wish that imagine if this card was Max Holloway versus Volkanovski.
That would be like your most favorite card ever.
Yeah, 3. That would be the sickest thing ever. And then obviously we've got Piotr Jan versus Aljamain Sterling and Hamzat and Gilbert. So let me give you some reasons why upset is likely, okay? Or no, what each one is most likely to happen. Hamzat, we don't know. This man's hasn't. I'm kidding. Hamzat, I'm just kidding. I'm giving Bianca a hard time because her phone's blowing up. She's popular, okay? But Hamzat, we don't know what he's capable of past round 2. The man's has fought 4 fights in the UFC, and 4 or 5 fights in the UFC,
knockouts,
and he hasn't left the first round, and he's been punched in the face like twice.
Like I would rather walk in the octagon and be like, I'm gonna call it quits right here before we even start, just so we like somewhat get money, and like the fight starts, but I'm gonna be like, I'd rather not do this. At the
start of it, you walk up to him, you just turn around, and you're just like, sink it in. No, it's okay. Just sink it in. And he just puts you to sleep really quick. And it's just easy.
And then he just put me on the ground and I'm going to tap.
And then he like lays you down, then he puts your feet up in the air.
Shut up.
You just walk. Dude, it's going to happen anyway. Just, okay, you got it.
I would rather be like, okay, put me on the ground, but like gently, because like I'm going to tap anyways. Like
he just lays you down after you're unconscious.
Just holds me. I'll be like,
Herb, we're going to need you over here, guy.
Just tap as soon as I touch the ground, okay? Or just end it as soon as I'm down.
Yes, but Gilbert is world class, and we can't dismiss that. You know what I'm saying? Gilbert, he's a world champion jiu-jitsu player, and knockout power. He stunned Kamaru Usman. He had a big adrenaline dump in his title fight, but it's just really hard to bet against Hamzat. My dad's saying whenever those big odds are there, my dad's always like, I'm gonna bet $5 on that. I'm like, well, we're gonna lose $5
with Gilbert. Yeah,
you know. But
yeah,
it's just really tough to just like go against Khamzat. But that's the main reason why it could happen. We know Gilbert's high level, and we haven't seen what Khamzat can do past round 1.
You know who I wish I was in that situation? Darren Till, because he will never have to worry about fighting him. Mm-hmm. What a lucky guy.
Yeah. And he's only absorbing knowledge from him too, and training with him. He never has to fight him competitively.
Like, my brother.
Yeah, I know.
He's like, could literally hate him, but just fake that so he never has to fight him.
Hot take right now. Khamzat said that fighting Israel Adesanya is an easier test than fighting Kamaru. What do you think? Usman.
No.
Izzy's 185. Usman's 170. Khamzat fights at both.
Usman is smaller
Khamzat fights at both, but Khamzat is at 170 right now against Burns.
Usman is smaller than Adesanya?
Yeah. Colby and him
Usman
fought at
looks
170.
way more buff, and Adesanya is just more tall.
But he's
like lean.
He's 6'4".
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying is like Usman looks more built than Adesanya. So I would think Adesanya is a harder fight. But I don't know, because Adesanya is really quick. Like, he's insanely he has good skills. Like, he's actually has really good skills, but I feel like Usman has really good strength, like knockout.
Yeah, it would just be really interesting because Khamzat, if he can just find a way, because it's hard to imagine that Khamzat's stronger than Robert Whittaker. But you never know.
I think he would probably win against Robert.
Really, at 185? Oh man, what a fight that would be. Khamzat versus Rob Witt.
I don't know.
It's just hard to ever go against Khamzat. Like, I would put Khamzat against John Jones. I would put Khamzat against
John Jones?
Yeah. 205. Khamzat versus...
Why would you do that?
I think Khamzat can stand his ground, bro.
That's like a huge weight difference.
Yeah. It was kind of sick, though. You know, the Schmo was doing an interview with our crazy guy, Sean Strickland. And he was talking about how Sean wanted Schmo's honest opinion because Khamzat was like training with Sean, and he was saying that the Schmo was straight up with him. He was like, I thought he was good competition for you, and Sean Strickland agreed and stuff. And then they were talking about how Strickland, he does pretty good on the feet, but Khamzat was making him tap on the ground and stuff, which is crazy. It's like, did they start there? Does Khamzat take him down? Because you know how hard it is to take Sean Strickland.
What's his weight?
185.
And Khamzat 170.
He has wins at both weight classes.
170.
170 and 185. Yeah. He's just a big 170er and a decent size 185.
Huh.
Yeah, dude. I'm going with freaking. I'm riding with Khamzat in any weight class, to be honest.
Yeah, you're a Khamzat ride or die.
Well, nothing he's done has showed me.
I think everyone is a Khamzat ride or die because everyone's
he hasn't had any problems against anybody. We've seen how tough Gerald Mearshart is, and he put his lights out. It's crazy. What? But now let's move on. Let's move on to my favorite fight on the card, most likely besides the Khamzat, and that is Aljamain Sterling versus Petr Yan. Why is it possible for Aljamain Sterling to get a dub here? And I'll tell you why right now. It's because I'm dismissing the shit out of him. Like, what did we do against Juliana Pena versus Amanda Nunes?
I know, but that was like
this. No, it's the same vibe.
That was
I'm
like
getting.
A freak accident.
Yeah, but it is possible. Aljamain, he comes out firing in the first round, and I don't know. Here's the deal. It's just that the first round is going to be probably close, but nobody in the UFC fights better and gets more explosive as rounds progress than Petr Yan. And the exact opposite happens with Aljamain Sterling. He just fades, and then his knockout power goes away. His ability to take you down goes away, and then basically all of his outlets to beat you have evaporated by the fourth round or the third round. So it's that first round submission threat. Is he going to get Petr's back and choke him out? That's basically the only path to victory for Aljamain I'm seeing here, because Petr Yan is probably, besides Kamaru Usman, the most dominant champion in the UFC.
So speaking of Amanda Nunes, though, I saw this one video, and it was It was the football team. You know how they get asked daily questions and they like records them answering it when they walk past. And it was, who's your favorite female athlete? And like everyone's saying like Serena Williams and whatever. And then one guy, he goes Amanda Nunes, and he has an accent. And I was like, he goes UFC.
That's sick.
And I was like, I know her.
That's dope. Yeah, I know. Everybody just has their basic like Serena Williams.
Yeah, literally everyone said something. Serena Williams, and then he was the only one that said Amanda Nunes.
That's freaking sick.
Yeah, it was cool. I was like, good choice.
I wonder who mine would be. I have so many.
I know. I was gonna ask you, who would your favorite female athlete be?
My favorite female athlete, it's obviously a UFC fighter, but I don't know who it is yet. I want to do a list. I mean, I've already done a list of my top favorite women fighters. I don't know. Probably Amanda Lemos, dude. Knockout power, woman. Unheard of. At 115. That's the thing.
Oh, that's true. That's hard.
Yeah. Okay. Then the reason why I think Korean Zombie, we saw it. He's just tough as nails. He's not going to leave. Mm-hmm. I don't think Alex is going to be able to finish him. So he's there all 5 rounds. Good gas tank. Anything can happen. I mean, the fact that Brian Ortega even came close to beating Alexander Volkanovski was wild, dude. But yeah, Alexander's safe though. He has the best fight IQ. His fight adjustments. He's gonna
win against Sung or Jung?
Chan Sung Jung. Yeah, I think Alexander's gonna have a pretty easy time with Chan Sung Jung, just because.
We'll see.
His in-fight adjustments are just insane. When things are going around on the feet, he can take you down. And he has the skill set to just take you down and keep you there and grind out the fight. And then he obviously has such good striking. Leg kicks are phenomenal. 1-punch knockout power. It's probably going to be a tough night for Chan Sung Jung, but props to him for getting his cash and going in there. As for what I think is most likely going to happen, I'm probably going to have to go Hamzat. That's the obvious answer, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Aljamain Sterling first round submission against Petr Yan. If you have cash, I mean, it's certainly not going to happen in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or 5th. It has to happen. Aljamain has to do it again against Corey Sandhagen and ride that backpack and freaking just sink in a choke. I think he got his back. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's how he beat him. That was a long time ago. But I think Aljamain, I just don't see Alexander Volkanovski just doesn't lose. Like, that's just a fact. Even when he loses, he doesn't lose because the judges love him that much.
Really?
Well, against Max, he got punked. Dude, well, he did. It's so dumb. I'll never live that. The judging is trash ass. So bad. So
Everyone
bad. So
agree.
many fights, dude. It's just, what
that
are
have
you
been
watching?
Ruined.
A guy that I think wins 2 rounds, they're like 30-27 other guy. I'm like, you not see him get knocked down? God,
I don't know how they score it in their brains.
So dumb. Okay, let's freaking finish this crap up.
Oh my.
Manel Kape versus Sumu Darji. This is the flyweight division is so exciting. Obviously, Kai Kara-France coming out with a huge victory over Askar Askarov. Didn't think that was even a possibility that would happen. I would have looked like a complete fool if I made an episode. So maybe it was an actual good thing that we didn't make a pod about this, because I thought Askar was going to dominate Kai Kara-France. Kai is legit, but the man that we have to watch out for is the Tibetan Eagle and Manel Kape, and they're going to be thrown down here in like a few weeks. And Manel Kape, if he gets a dub, he's going to get shot up because Mateus Nicolau just got a good dub over David Dvorak, and we know that Manel Kape basically beat Mateus Nicolau, so going to skyrocket him up into that top 7, top 8. There we go. And then if Sumu Darji wins, that's just fantastic. It's tough for Manel Kape because he could easily be champion of the world. But Sumu Darji, his left hand can basically put anybody out at 125, 135, and probably 145 because he's the Tibetan Eagle, and that's all I gotta say about that. But in Kai Kara-France, it's gonna be tough, dude. I want to give him mad props, mad respect, because I didn't think that he could get this far in the UFC. The fact that he's top 2 now is wild to me. Because, dude, like, Askar Askarov, that's the man. That's who I thought was going to freaking... He had a draw with Brandon Moreno, bro. Man, I don't even know what happened, because... Askar, I still feel like he's better, but Kai Kara-France, he shows up and he's a gamer. Him, another fight versus, because I think Brandon Moreno already beat him. But a Brandon Moreno versus Kai Kara-France fight would be money. I think Deiveson Figueiredo, pound for pound, I think, dude, honestly, the best title fights are flyweights because you have gamers there. Brandon Moreno, so much fun to watch. Deiveson Figueiredo, so much fun to watch. Even Askar Askarov gets into it a little bit. Like, we'll shove you out the end of a round like he did against Kai Kara-France. And Kai Kara-France, they're just all performers. Those guys are so exciting. Like, they need, I don't know, dude. They're probably, their fights, just Deiveson Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno, they set such a high bar. I knew from the get-go when that fight got announced, I knew Brandon Moreno had a chance, and those probably have been some of the best title fights from the past like 2 years. So yeah, Kai Kara-France, he's gonna step in there against Deiveson Figueiredo most likely, and it's gonna be just as much fireworks as the Brandon Moreno fight. I think it's just tough to finish Brandon Moreno and stuff, and I think that Kai Kara-France definitely could get knocked out, but I think it's still going to be really exciting. But finally, let's get into this. I did my best to...
What else are we doing?
It's just a quick little heavyweight Grand Prix tournament I put together because as I was going through looking at rankings and stuff, the heavyweight division is super exciting and there's matchups that like haven't happened yet, even though it seems like a lot of the guys that have really familiar records and have fought a lot of the same guys. But I came up with a little bracket with the top 8 guys, and yeah, I want to hear yours first. Okay, so yeah, first matchup. Because I think the heavyweight division is so fun and so wide open. There's young guys,
gave me options,
veterans, huh?
You gave me options.
Yeah, I have one side. I have 2 sides of the bracket. So the first matchup, who do you think wins between Cyril Gahn or Curtis Blades? Curtis Blades just got a knockout win over Chris Dawkins his last time out, which is phenomenal.
Yeah,
and then Cyril Gahn, he beat Derek Lewis for the interim title, and then he won 2 rounds against Francis Ngannou, and then got dominated on the ground.
I'm gonna go with Blades.
You think Blades beats Cyril Gahn? Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna say that.
Okay, and then Tom Aspinall, he fought on the UFC London card. He's really good, and then and then I have him matched up against Tai Tuivasa, which I think would be a fantastic matchup.
The Hawaiian guy.
The
New Zealand.
Yeah.
I like Tai.
Okay, you like Tai? Who would win between Blades and Tai?
Tai.
You think Tai knocks him out? All right. Now let's go to the other side. Stipe Miocic for Derek Lewis.
Derek Lewis.
Okay. That's interesting. I like John Jones versus Francis Ngannou.
Ngannou.
Who wins between Stipe and Francis in the third fight?
Francis.
Francis beats him? Okay, so that means we got Tai and Francis. Who wins?
I want Tai to win, so I'm gonna say Tai.
You think Tai could be the next heavyweight champ?
Didn't he knock out the other guy? His last fight?
He knocked out Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You know what they were saying something that I was really confused by. They were talking about Tom Aspinall and how they might have to be careful with him or something and not wanting to shoot him up too high, or they're saying that it might be crazy to shoot him up super high, but it's like, isn't that exactly what they did with Tai Tuivasa and Derek Lewis? They just shot him up against Derek Lewis and he showed up and showed out. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with freaking just skyrocketing guys that you think are ready, especially when they're so experienced. That's why I don't understand what's going on with like Michel Pereira. Is like, that guy's fought in the UFC a ton. He's on a 4 or 5 fight win streak now, and he's only fighting Santiago Ponzinibbio. And granted, Michel Pereira isn't ranked, but I feel like he deserves a fight against a guy that's closer to the top 10 because he is skilled enough to get there. But all right, you want to give me? I'll do mine.
Yeah,
for this heavyweight Grand Prix tourney. Okay, got between Gahn and Blades. I'm going with Cyril Gahn.
Wait, let me ask you.
Okay,
between Gahn and Blades, you said Cyril Gahn.
Yeah, I said Gahn.
Okay, and then so do you want to just do one half and then the other half? Is that how you do it? And then Tai and Aspinall.
This one's the most fun matchup, I think.
Yeah, that's fun.
But I really think Tom Aspinall takes him down and beats him.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, and then between Stipe and Lewis.
I think Stipe still got juice in the tank.
Okay, I'm gonna circle.
Yeah, it's tough. You can't not count out Derek though.
Okay, and then he did get knocked out his last fight, didn't he?
Yeah, but he can knock you out. He had freaking Tai wobbled. Just
that's true. It was all luck.
Yeah, it's just whoever connects the fastest.
Because they're insanely strong.
Yeah.
Jones and then Francis.
It's a toughie, man. I don't know what Jones is gonna be at heavyweight. I don't know what he's gonna be. I think Francis could beat him. Yeah.
Though. Okay, and then between Gane and Aspinall, Gane.
That's such a good fight, dude.
That would be a good
Tom
one.
Aspinall. It just all depends on how much Gane's been working on his ground. I'm gonna go Tom.
Tom. Okay, and then Stipe and Francis.
Dude, I think Tom is gonna be heavyweight champ.
Okay, so you're just gonna put him above everyone?
I think Ngannou beats Stipe, but in a closer fight, I don't know if Stipe gets.
And then
finished.
You think Aspinall wins it all?
Yeah. But guys, we got to look out for Alexander Romanov is going to be fighting soon, I think, against Tanner Boser, and then we have Sergey Spivak, who lost to Tom Aspinall on short notice, but he's an absolute stud too. But yeah, dude, that's this week's episode. Thank you so much, and we'll be back with the shorter one.
Fast.
Huh?
A fast goodbye.
Yeah, but we'll be back with a shorter one for UFC 273 because it's going to be legit.
Yeah, we came back with a long one for you guys.
I'll come up with some more fun stuff to put on here.
I like doing like brackets and stuff like that, and
For
like
shizzle.
and rankings.
Yes.
In that like top in that tier list.
Yeah, we can do another tier list, and I can make them. I can actually get a count on their websites and like make my own for other people to use.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Bye, everybody. Food time.